So, Dr. Kim, why do you think so many men struggle to lead spiritually in their marriage?
There's probably a lot of different reasons. I think a lot of guys that I talk to just feel like they're not equipped. I think a lot of times we feel like our wives are probably a little ahead of us spiritually, which I think is probably true in a lot of ways. I think our wives sometimes just that becomes more important to them at a certain time, and so they really spend more time in that, or maybe they're in Bible studies and we're not. And so I think sometimes we feel a little intimidated. I don't think we're going to say we are, but when guys talk to me, it does not feel equipped. I think there's also that fear of failure then. So what if I do it and she thinks I messed it up, or I don't do it right, or all those kind of things. And then I think the other thing, I think for a lot of guys, it's not a priority. It's just they don't understand what God really meant there to lead spiritually. And they may think, well, I hear about that, maybe, but I'm busy. I just don't want to take the time to do that.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's interesting that you mentioned that you feel like a lot of women can be like kind of a little bit more spiritually mature than men sometimes. I think in the cases where that's true, I think one of the reasons that might be the case is because women are more relational than men
Yes.
are. And you really
Oh,
do
yeah.
like you grow in your relationship with God when you walk it out in relationships and in community with other people. Like that's why God calls us to community and calls us to be a part of the church. Like one thing that Dylan says that's a little like sometimes controversial is he really encourages people to find Christian community and almost more so than doing some of these other spiritual disciplines like reading their Bible. Like he's like, if you're going to choose one, honestly, like get together with some friends who are biblically based as opposed to like reading your Bible. Do both, but he'll
Yeah.
kind of say like priority wise, you might like as far as your growth, like that's what's going to grow you further, which is
Well,
cool.
it's how Jesus operated. I mean, he had his 3 and his 12 and then the other 100 and whatever. I mean, community was important to him. He didn't go around doing his ministry with just him or just one guy. So I think he set the example of how important community is. And I think too, the relational thing, I think of women they like to get together. And so if a woman says, hey, I want you to come to my Bible study, or let's go to this Bible study, we're usually all in. And guys, they say, you want to go to Bible study? And they go, well, there's a football game on. But if you say, hey, you want to come over and watch a football game? Yeah, let's invite Bill or Bob. So, I mean, I just think some of those things play a part into it too.
Yeah.